Hello, welcome back to the George Scaife LFC channel on YouTube. Today, we're talking injuries, a lot of injuries as well. Well, 2 or 3. Gomez, Frimpong, and Conor Bradley. Weirdly, all right backs. The only injuries we've got right now are 3 right backs / centre backs. We're going to talk all things Frimpong. This injury does not look, it's not ideal. It's not that it doesn't look bad. It's just the timing of it is, it couldn't be much worse, really. And also, we're going to talk Joe Gomez. We're going to talk about. That's from David Lynch there about Joe Gomez not actually having trained in, 3 days after the Bournemouth game. So where we are right now, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. We've got a big game against Newcastle, and then we're hit with this. We've also got a big game against Arsenal. Conor Bradley has returned to training, but we will be without Jeremie Frimpong until next month. Arne Slot confirmed today. Who do you start as a right back for Liverpool against Newcastle? He also misses the Arsenal game. So, when you see something like this where a player misses a month or a couple games, never terrible, but the 2 games he's missing, St James's Park away, Newcastle, and then Arsenal at home, which are 2 of the biggest games of the year, right? Listen, Frimpong wasn't amazing against Bournemouth, but still, he's our best right back for me right now. Who do you bring in, guys? Let me know in the comments. If you're in the TikTok stream, get into the YouTube stream. Come and have your say. Rhodey's in here. Hello, mate. Bog's in here. Bog's always in here. Szoboszlai to play right back. Yeah, we'll talk about Szoboszlai in a minute. I'm going to bring up this on the screen, a little lineup as well. We'll talk potential predicted 11. We'll talk through that in a minute. The obvious option, right, is, well, firstly, actually, let's talk Frimpong because, Conor Bradley. Conor Bradley naturally should just play here. However, he's obviously having that injury. He missed the Bournemouth game. He played in pre-season. He had a good pre-season for me. Martin's in here, mate. I hope you're well. Rayan's in here. Jack's in here. Jots is in here. The obvious choice seems Conor Bradley, but he's obviously injured. Then you go to the obvious choice being Joe Gomez. But Joe Gomez, as David Lynch reports here, sorry for the small screenshot. He was unable to train for 3 days in a row after making his return against Bournemouth. So obviously, he came on off the bench. So he's not played properly in 3 days. So he's going to be eased back into training. So the game's on the Monday night, obviously, the Newcastle game. So do you risk playing Gomez that soon? Do you risk bringing him back that soon after just being injured also? You're forgetting, he went home in pre-season. He was sent off home because he was injured. It's not a surprise to me. Joe Gomez is so unreliable. He just is. I don't mind the guy. I'm not as big on Gomez as a lot of other people. I think he's a liability. I think he's got a mistake in his game, unlike the other right backs we've got and have had in Trent, etc. However, I appreciate his physicality. I appreciate his age, wisdom, etc. He's played in these games before. He knows exactly what's needed in these games away at St James's. So I appreciate that aspect, and that's why I would play him against Newcastle. I just think he's unreliable, I've got to say. That's the negative for me. Guys, let me know your thoughts. Come into the YouTube stream and have your say. We're bringing comments up on screen. Jack says Kanate or Jones injured. I don't think Jones should play there. Who did you say was injured? But just Jeremie Frimpong. Well, Gomez is, I'll show you now. Gomez hasn't trained. Let me just get up David Lynch here. Hold on. Gomez was unable to train 3 days in a row after making his return against Bournemouth. This is off the back of obviously being injured in the first place. If Jeremie Frimpong isn't ready to start on Monday, and with Conor Bradley still out of action, it looks like Joe Gomez could be in line for a start at St James's Park. Let's talk about Gomez before we talk about Szoboszlai. What are your thoughts on Joe Gomez starting against Newcastle? On one side of the coin, I entirely get why he's playing. Especially in this game, right? There's a lot of, and I must say, a lot of tension between the two clubs, the fans certainly, right? With Isak, the drama there. So there's going to be a lot of energy, a lot of intensity in this game, and a bit of fighting, a bit of dog, I imagine. And Gomez can bring that. That's one of the attributes Gomez really exceeds and excels in. It is physicality, right? He's a strong guy. He's quite fast as well, but he's also got the temperament, I think, to handle this game. He's one of our more senior players now. He's been here, 10 years? So he knows exactly what it takes in these games to get over the line, to get the win. He's played in multiple of these games, I imagine, away at St James's Park before, right? So he knows the occasion. So that's the plus. That's why we're also physicality in terms of set pieces, corners. Newcastle's biggest threat, well, one of their biggest threats right now, I'd say, without Isak, is counter-attacks, set pieces, maybe late runs from midfield, from a Bruno or from a Tonali as well, from a Joelinton, either of them. Certainly a Tonali, I think. But yeah, I think the physicality is a real plus. For me, the negative is obviously he's not match fit. It seems he's not match fit. Guys, if you're in the TikTok stream, come and have your say. In the YouTube chat, Rhodey, one of the members, I just don't think he's ready to play. Exactly. He's not fully fit. He's not trained 3 days in a row. He's just come off the back of a really big injury, which saw him go out of pre-season, go back home. So then do you talk about Dominic Szoboszlai? For me, X-rate. For me, Dom is the easiest pick just to have his legs and running power. So I put together something like this. So if Gomez played, that's the team we'll play, right? Gomez will be right back. It'll all shift across. And then you've got Gomez playing like a right winger. For me, if Gomez does play, I'll do a predicted 11 video tomorrow, in fact. I'd shift it the other way. I'd let all the attacking players go down the left-hand side, Kirk as the one overlapping, and I'd have Gomez tucking in to your back three, in my opinion. I don't know if that's too much of a big change at this point. However, we're not too far into the season. I don't think the tactics are fully cemented right now. So that'll be my option, in that Gomez inverts into a back three. But the Szoboszlai option is this. It has to be Dom, let's be real, says Will Thomas. Jones at right back's a crazy shout. In my opinion, it is. In my opinion, I mean, Szoboszlai's more of a right back. He's got more attributes that fit the criteria to be a good right back than Jones. Bro, Szoboszlai's long balls from right back is going to be amazing. No, I agree. I do agree. Leone minutes, I don't think Leone will play. I think he might feature maybe towards the end, but we'll talk Szoboszlai for now. Firstly, if you're going to play him, he gets involved into midfield, doesn't he? He just inverts. You get him more into his natural role. We saw it. I think he played there against Stoke, roughly as a right back, but a lot of that was actually in midfield. If you watched the extended highlights of that game, obviously it wasn't televised. Obviously, using his legs, he's got the running power. He's got those physical attributes that are so key in games like this. Certainly on Monday, bank holiday, 8 p.m, drinking all day. Atmosphere is going to be absolutely brutal, right? Szoboszlai knows what it takes in these games. So the physical attributes are there. Defensively, I don't think he's actually much worse than Gomez defensively. I mean, I said before, that might be a hot take, an unpopular opinion, that I'm not massive on Joe Gomez. I've seen enough of Gomez at Liverpool. I get why he's here. I get what he offers. He's one of our more senior players right now. Probably actually our most senior player, right? He, in terms of being at the club the longest, he's a bit of a Swiss Army knife in that he can play centre-back, left-back, right-back. I mean, remember that stint in midfield? Oh, my word. How bad was that? Guys, if you're in TikTok stream, come and get into YouTube stream. Get your comments up on screen. I get why Gomez is still here. He's just so unreliable in two senses. One, he's never fit. He's never fit. You cannot. There's a reason we're bringing in maybe two centre-backs this year. Because, you should probably bring in one, really, with Gomez there. But he's never available. It's almost like you can't count him as a body in the squad because he's never available, right? And the second kind of unreliable aspect is him on the pitch when he does actually play, which isn't many times. I don't think he's very error-proof. I think he's quite error-prone. I don't feel particularly safe when he's on the ball. I got that similar vibe with Quanta as well. I don't think either are brilliant on the ball, I've got to say. I quite like Gomez in progression. I quite like Gomez carrying the ball out from the back. I don't think he's a great passer of the ball at all, Gomez. And you're not going to get that kind of quarterback role, are you? If Gomez is here, those diagonal balls to Gakpo, which we've been doing for the last 2 or 3 years with Trent, even in pre-season we were doing, you are not going to get that with Gomez. But then again, do you need that against Newcastle in a game that is going to be probably won in your duels? It's probably going to be one in midfield. It's not so much going to be. And the main way they're going to score goals is on the counter attack, probably maybe set pieces as well. I think right now Newcastle, I don't know, they're in a bit of a transition, I guess, with their best player leaving and not playing this game. It's like he was their main source of goals last year. He's not going to be playing, so you've got to find goals from other areas. Not that they can't do that. They've got loads of quality, but I just think their best asset, certainly with signing Anthony Gordon now. Trippier, if he plays, he's got a great delivery. I mean, he's got a lot of flaws, but he can ping a ball. So that counter-attack is going to be that threat. And you look at Liverpool's biggest weakness right now, it's being exposed to the counter-attack. If they had any sense, Newcastle just target it. Look at Bournemouth, look at Palace. They both did it, and it both worked, you've got to say. We just managed to outscore Bournemouth on that occasion. I would not start Endo, is so unbelievably slow. I agree with that. I wouldn't start Endo in this game. Look at the game we played against Everton at home, and Jones was a right back. Yeah, maybe, yes, he was, yeah, and he inverted into midfield. That's what I would do with Szoboszlai. But obviously Szoboszlai's got more running power. He's got more legs that can facilitate covering more ground, for example. And I also think with Gravenberch in here now, it's not a massive issue playing Szoboszlai there. Listen, if that was McAllister and Jones, I wouldn't be too inclined in playing Szoboszlai right back. I don't think defensively that's amazing. Given Konaté's had a pretty poor last couple of games. I mean, against Bournemouth, it was bloody awful. What do I know? And then I think Arne Slot spoke about 3 left backs in the squad. I'm like, okay, do we play a left back at right back? And we've done that before. Obviously, it's not ideal at all. I don't think that's an option. If I had to rank it, if you had to give me like a top 3 now, get involved in the comments, guys. If you're in the TikTok stream, we're on YouTube now. We're streaming. We're getting comments up on screen. Come and let me know your top 3 or your top 2. If you had to rank Gomez, Szoboszlai, Endo or Jones, a left back, Leone. I mean, how many options have we got? There's probably realistically 6 or 7 options. The top 3 for me are Konaté at right back, Gomez at right back, Szoboszlai at right back. I mean, that third choice ain't going to happen. Gravenberch is match fit. He is match fit, yes. Re-sign James Milner on a lifetime contract. It's not going to happen, mate. Chris Martin Bird, if we were poor defensively and now with our right back out, we can't play Szoboszlai against a better... Yeah, well, what's your alternative? What's your way around this, mate? Van Dijk at right back. Jack. Take a minute, Jack. I should time you out. We should drop Wirtz, start Szoboszlai and Jones, in my opinion, to go experience over talent. No, Wirtz our best player. Guys, the last 2 comments, I can't work out if people are being serious. Play Van Dijk at right back and drop Wirtz. I think we might lose the game 12-0 if that happens. No, we'd definitely lose the game. If we combine both of those suggestions, we would lose the game. Sorry, I'm not being harsh. I'm just being realistic. James, imagine if it's Robbo at right back. Christ, yeah. Szoboszlai, Gomez, and Endo. I probably agree with that list. It's not a terrible list. This one's from Maka. Hopefully it'll be Gomez, as it allows Kirkes to get further up the pitch. Well, I agree with that, but it's like, how big of a transition is that? We've not done it all pre-season. We've been going down that side, switching sides at this point. I mean, to be fair, it's not a big issue, as in, like, it's... is that bulb getting... I bought this new light, right? Is that bulb getting... I think it's all right. I didn't want it to die. You know, it could be a worse time to switch sides, I guess. You know, when we're not switching it in April or something like that. With the second game in, if you're going to experiment, you experiment now. So I don't think it's a bad shout at all. I see angles, I see arguments for both playing Szoboszlai there and playing Gomez there. Gomez best option, says Martin. Gomez way more solid, says Chris. Ryan, I think best is Gomez and Szoboszlai, then keep... Yeah, fair enough. This one's from a lot of random consonants in a row. We need to start Gomez. Szoboszlai doesn't have enough experience, considering we're playing... I think that's unfair. I think Szoboszlai has experience now. He's played multiple Premier League seasons, like a big role as well. Nothing wrong with starting Robertson this game. Mate, there's a lot of things wrong with that. I'll be honest with you. Szoboszlai, Gomez, forfeit the game as option 3, says Will Thomas. Guys, if you're on the TikTok, get into the YouTube stream. And if you're on the YouTube stream, I'd love you to leave a like. I mean, there's nearly 100 people in here. Help me try and get to 100 people. If you could join the 100 like club in this video, I really appreciate that. You know, it's the easiest way of supporting the channel in any way, shape, or form. That is the easiest way. And also subscribe if you are new around here and you don't want to miss a vid. There's a preview coming maybe tomorrow, or a prediction team, whatever, coming tomorrow. Rody, one of the members on the channel, is it crazy to say Robbo over Kirkes for Newcastle game? Yes, I think entirely so. I get Robertson's got that the seniority argument, but I mean, talk about error prone, right? Robertson is that. I mean, are people saying Robertson here? Robbo, another suggestion there. Yeah, Kirkes wasn't very settled against Bournemouth, but it was his first game at home. He is going to be a bit more rash. He's like a bit more of a rabbit in the headlights, trying to impress, trying to prove a point on his first game, trying to assert a bit of something, but that'll calm down. I'm sure the novelty will wear off that he's playing at Anfield every week. And yeah, I've got no issue at all with Kirkes playing this game. The issue is not the bloody left back, it's the right back. Forget Kirkes. I mean, we're complicating this now. Forget Kirkes. There's almost 100 people in here, guys. I really appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream if you have not already. Is my phone going to die? No, should be okay. Guys over on TikTok, come and get your comments read out on screen. Come and have your say. George Scaife LFC. Aiden, the Italian kid, can play right back, I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong. I mean, to be fair, that is a baptism of pretty fire, right? That's like when was it Kusanov? I think his debut was it a right back? I might be wrong there. It didn't go very well, did it? Well, he had a really poor start to the game, but I wouldn't play Leone a right back. Absolutely not. Alanga would outrun Robbo running backwards. Yeah, he would. People need to calm down on Kirker's performance. It's mental how people have reacted to it. Yeah, no, I entirely agree. It's one game. It's one game, right? Kirker's only 21 people forget, says Jots. I agree. Cameron Robbo, not Wobbo. He might as well be called Wobbo the last few appearances. Robbo would get tortured by Alanga. Yeah, I can't believe people are saying Robertson should play over Kirkers. Maxwell Lloyd Stafford, do you reckon we'll need a transitional period with all the new signings? Don't know if the squad has changed too much. That it loses from the call this season. Don't know if it's going to change too much that it loses. I see what you mean. Yeah, the thing is, the core has largely stayed the same. You've got a very similar midfield. You've got a very similar defensive, well, certainly the two and Alisson as well. So that central part of the core, yeah, the strikers change, but I don't think it's a big issue. That's a title-winning defense and midfield. But listen, I hear your point. If any team brings 5 new players in, I don't care if they've come from Mars or come from round the corner. It's going to take them a while to transition and get used to each other's play styles. Firstly, just transition into the league. Forget playing with each other. Leone at right centre-back and Konate to right-back. It's just not ideal, is it, at all? If you just joined, Frimpong is injured for... Let me get it up on screen now. Not that. Frimpong, Conor Bradley's returned to training, but we will be without Frimpong until next month, Arne Slot confirms. You look at someone like Gomez, who, is probably the only option right now with Conor Bradley still out of action. But then again, Gomez was unable to... Sorry about the small screenshot there. Gomez was unable to train 3 days in a row after making his return against Bournemouth. So he's not even fully fit. He's just come off the back of a big injury, which saw him go home in the pre-season tour, meaning we had to play Stevenson as a right back, etc. Joe Gomez hasn't had a setback, but he wasn't able to train 3 days in a row. We'll see where he is on Monday and if he can start. I mean, that's not ideal, is it? We'll see where he is. It's like, my word. You can't prepare for injuries in one position. You can't have 5 right backs, although we do have 3 left backs at this moment. Yeah, play one of them there, Anna. Play one of them there. Ideally, not Robertson or Tsimikas, or just play none of them there then. Szoboszlai, best option for me, says Nick C713. Not ideal, but we also can fit. Yes. Yeah, it's a fair point. It also bulks up the midfield a bit, doesn't it? Playing Szoboszlai in there. Newcastle play with a 3. We play with a 3, but it's kind of a 2, really, isn't it? If Wirtz is getting forward. If you play with Szoboszlai, you can really pack that midfield out. I don't know. I'm so torn whether you play Szoboszlai or Gomez. I think you play Szoboszlai solely based on him being fully fit. In my opinion. I thought Gomez came on against Bournemouth and wasn't amazing. And then he got injured. And then he's not trained for 3 days. And he's just come off the back of an injury, which saw him miss pre-season. He's already not a very good Sarge. He's not an amazing footballer. Anyway, he would do a steady job. You would not play Gomez to win you the game. You'd play him and say, listen, just don't do anything daft here. Just make sure you're putting out fires. Make sure we're not conceding on the counter. Hang back, cover a bit of ground, which we weren't doing against Bournemouth. There was no one hanging back. What about Jones? I would not play Jones there. I think that's the last option. One of the last options. Yeah, in my opinion. Szoboszlai is way better suited to that position. Eze would absolutely feast against Gomez and Leone. Well, he would, yeah. I mean, that's another problem. Like the Arsenal game, like, what the hell? Forget the Newcastle game. Who'd you play against Arsenal? Start Szoboszlai and Joe as the sub. Yeah, maybe. I think Szoboszlai would be good versus Gordon and keep up with him. Yeah, because the thing is, Szoboszlai's got a bit of something that Gomez hasn't. I don't know what that is. That kind of aggression, that kind of bite. Gomez has a bit. Obviously, he's stronger. He's much more... Obviously, he's bigger. He's probably quicker than Szoboszlai. But I just think he's a bit nice at times, Gomez. When he doesn't have to be Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai's got that kind of like... Obviously, I'm not comparing him to Gerrard, but when they go through, when they put a tackle in, they go through you. Szoboszlai has got that about him. I don't think Gomez does. And I think when he does, it's a bit more of a... Because he's a bit clumsier, I would say. is the reason. Maybe that's harsh, but I think he's so unreliable. I've never been sold on Gomez, and I like the guy, but if you can't stay fit, and when you are fit, you're making inconsistent errors, and yeah, for me, I would if Gomez left tomorrow, I'd be like, really appreciate the service. You've been a massive part of our success and our club over the last 10 years, right? But all the best. I wouldn't be like, God, Gomez has left, in my opinion. And again, maybe that's harsh, but I just think you need to take a bit of something out of this, bit of emotional, whether it be loyalty or bias or whatever. I personally don't think he's good enough, certainly to start for Liverpool. Absolutely not. And I think that's echoed by the signing of maybe Gay, the signing of Leone. I mean, if Gomez was good enough, right, would someone as good as Gay be maybe signed or targeted? I don't think so. If Gomez was reliable enough, would Gay have been targeted? Probably not, because Gomez would just play. But the reality is he's not consistent enough when he is playing. He hardly does play. I mean, in pre-season, right? Pre-season, I mean, but not even started yet. Not even kicked the ball against Bournemouth and he's already injured. He's gone home from pre-season. That happens year upon year upon year. Yeah, I'm just saying what I'm seeing. It does. Curtis Jones is another option at right back. He played right back against Everton last year, did a solid job. He did do a solid job, to be fair. And again, he knows. I get it because he knows exactly what it takes in them games. Big game, under the lights. I would not. If Jones buckled under pressure, I'd be stunned. I'd be very surprised. He brings the intensity, right? Also, his best mate's Anthony Gordon. So he'll definitely want to lay one in on him. And it'll be on the other side, though. Endo, for me, Endo doesn't. I mean, Endo's for me the avoidable one here. You do not have to play Endo in this game. I like him, but he's not a right back and he's too slow. For me, the problem is the amount of space that's being left. Endo cannot cover that space. How many likes are we on? Can someone let me know how many likes we're on? We're aiming for 100 today. Join the 100 like club on this live stream right now, simply by clicking the like down below. It's as easy as that, guys. It's as easy as goddamn that. It really supports, you know what I mean? It goes a long way because I want to do this every day, right? I want this to be the place where you can come instead of going to Anfield Agenda or anything. Like, this is going to be the place, hopefully. You can come after every game, before every game, during the week. Hopefully it already is now, by the way. But leaving a like goes a long way. And if you're in the TikTok stream, I appreciate you watching. Get over into the YouTube stream and come and have your say. We've got comments on the screen. This one from James Gallagher. Haven't been keeping up with transfers for the last few days. Has Gay signed? He has not signed yet. I think the links are. I imagine it'll start heating up now Eze's gone, and that's looking more done. Well, it is done, right? This one's from Jack Williams. Jones and Gordon best mates, exactly. He'll want to lay one in on him. I think he'll want the best of that duel for me. Although it is on the other side, but anyway. Alex Martin, hello. 100% Canate is the one to start right back. He defended for Trent. No, I disagree. I just think you've got to play your players in the best positions. You play Canate centre back. I just think it's as simple as that. You get everyone in their best position and then you work around that. Who's left? Who could be playing there? You don't move players out. Just in, if Liverpool signed Gay, Canate could go. I think it's too late. Rody, I think it's too late in the window now. How do you say that name? Vebjon? To be honest, mate, thank you for the comment, but I can't see your name. Look at the surname. Inga Briston. Thank you for the comment. Endo is a killer, though, with his mouth guard. Well, yeah, he will bring the aggression, but the problem is he bringing too much aggression? We don't want someone who's rash and can overcommit and leave space in behind, maybe even get booked in this game. You just don't need that. Evo, I think Gomez is actually a great pick for the Newcastle match. We had injuries with the transition and issues with the transition, and Gomez is more. Yes, I mean that's fair enough. I do think there's a slight error in his game, though. I've got to say we're lacking depth and quality in our squad. I'm concerned. That's from AJ24. I mean, I'd agree in areas. I'd disagree in other areas. Endo is so slow on the ball. I'd argue he's slower off the ball, be honest with you, mate. No way Canate plays right back. In my opinion, I don't think so. I think you play your first 11, players drop out of it, and you swap them with players who aren't in the first 11 already, for me. Of which Szoboszlai wouldn't be in my first 11. It'd be McAllister and Gravenberch. I'll get the team on here. Look, here we go. Let's get the team on. we're going to end this very soon. I only really wanted to touch on the right backs, to be fair. And tomorrow, if you're new, so make sure you subscribe and so you don't miss this video. We're doing as we always do, a match preview, a predicted 11, my 11 I'd play, in which we're going to talk more in depth about Szoboszlai and Gomez. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a like on this video if you're enjoying. That's the 11. Briefly, I think we should play all that. I mean, look at the 10 players. Ignore the right back. They're the 10 players I think will play this game. And I actually think it's a bit of a tap-in. I don't think there's any... I mean, unless you disagree, put in the comments now. Ignore the right back. I'll cycle between these two teams. It's the same team. Does anything change for you? Does an Engamoa play? Absolutely not for me. Does a Jones play in here? People are even saying Robertson before should play. I disagree. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. And also, if you're at the end of the stream, we're nearly 100 people. I'm going to leave when we get 100 people in here because that's pretty mental, guys. On a random, what is this, Thursday at 5 p.m. Leave a like on the stream. I think it's perfect. I do. Score prediction for the Newcastle. Yeah, we'll leave on a score prediction, shall we? Get your scores in the comments down below. That's what we'll leave it on. Scores right now, and I'll get them all read. I think Liverpool, back Liverpool here. I think Liverpool win 3-2. 3-2. Put money on that, I'm telling you. 3-2. I think it'll be very similar to the Bournemouth game. Dawson Jordan says 3-1 Reds. Come and have your say, guys. Come and leave your score prediction in the YouTube comments. We're going to get them all read out. Jack Williams, 3-0. That's big. Ali B, 2-0. Christopher Johnson, 3-2. I agree with you, Chris. 3-1 D3N. That's a Wi-Fi password, mate. 2-1 Liverpool. I take that. X-Rate, 3-1 or 3-2. Which one? I think they're both fair, to be fair. 2-2 Hostile, says Zen. To be fair, 2-2 is not a bad result. Look at the 3-3 last year. Yeah. 2-2, I could see that. 3-1 Ekatika 2 and Salah 1. I'll take that, Rody, mate. Absolutely. 2-1 QP Alexis. 3-3 again, says Brandon. 3-1 Ekatike Gakpo and Vert, says Rifuo. Great name. Guys, I've really enjoyed the stream. James Gallagher 3-1. Martin, again, I can't... These surnames, guys, are a bit unreal today. I can't say that one, unfortunately, Martin, but 3-1. I take that. Mo says 3-1. Tales from the Dark, 2-1. Lewis George, 2-1. 4-4. Well, I wouldn't take that, but I'd take that as a watch, to be fair. 1-1. Guys, thank you so much for watching. That's been the stream today. I won't be live, actually, for any of the days on the weekend. I'm going away, so there will be a vid, though, so stay tuned for the video, and I really appreciate you dropping by. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later.